Hi, my name is Mike Carr, and I'm here today to talk to you about SMART goals. SMART goals are a way of translating a hope, a dream, an aspiration into something achievable, and indeed to achieve that goal, whatever it happens to be. When we look at how we traditionally would express what some people might call goals, I would call aspirations. They often take the format of something like I want to or I'm going to. So two examples that I give: I want to lose weight. Common after the holidays, common New Year's resolution: want to lose weight. Or indeed in a Toastmasters capacity, I want to do more speeches this year. So I say that these are aspirations, these are dreams, these are hopes. They are not SMART goals. They are not tangible. They're not realistic. There's nothing happening. It's just a blurb out in the ether. This is what I want to do, but there's nothing behind it. Let me walk you through SMART goals on the assumption that you haven't seen this before. SMART is an acronym, and there are a couple different ways of looking at the letters specifically. Indeed, there's actually SMART versus SMARTer. That's another whole thing. So we're going to keep it simple. We're going to use the version that I grew up with, which is that S stands for specific, M measurable, A is achievable, R realistic, and T time-based. Now, when you see these in application, I think they're relatively intuitive, but the concept is we're trying to take that aspiration and turn it into something tangible that we can be held accountable to, that we can reach out to other people for support in. We're trying to take it from this airy-fairy, this is what I'm going to kind of do, next year I'm going to be a better person, or these kind of nebulous things. We want to turn them into something tangible and real. So let me give you some examples here. So if we take those aspirations and we revise them, so again, I want to lose weight. Well, what does that mean? How much weight? Again, specific. What are we trying to, what does lose weight look like to you? Is that half your body mass? Is that 5 pounds? So we want to tangibly come up with something specific, something that's not just, I want to lose weight. What does that mean? So 5 pounds. So then we ask ourselves, is it measurable? Is the goal that I set measurable? Is it something that I can say, yes, I've accomplished, no, I haven't? So for example, if I said, I'm going to be a better person, well, in what measurable way would you mean that? So again, in the example of weight, I'm going to lose 5 pounds. We can also say, it's measurable in the sense of time, which we'll get to. Is it achievable? A goal of losing 5 pounds? Yeah, probably for most people. I mean, boxers will lose 2 or 3 pounds just by sweating before a match. So I mean, is it achievable? It is achievable, but we want to give that thought and make sure that it aligns. Is it realistic? Well, I think it would depend. If you're a growing teenager, for example, maybe it's not realistic to try to rein your weight in. You've got other things on the go. If you were dealing with some kind of crisis in your life or something, maybe it's not realistic in that sense. So again, applying some filters before we commit to the goal, healthy thing. And is it time-based? Is there a timer that's counting down or counting to a point? Yes, before next month. So this meets the criteria for a SMART goal as written. I want to lose 5 pounds before next month. That is a SMART goal. That is something that you could sink your teeth into. By the same token, same arguments, I'm going to do more speeches next year. Is it specific? Debatable. You could debate whether that's, you could say that it's speeches at a Toastmasters club. You could define that a little bit more. Let's say contextually it's clear what you mean. Is it measurable? Not as written. What does more speeches look like? Does it mean one more speech? And indeed, how many did we do the previous year? So a better goal would be to say I'm going to deliver 5 speeches, assuming last year was 3, say. I'm going to do 5 speeches. Okay, measurable. Is it achievable? Absolutely. Even if you run a monthly club, that would be achievable, but certainly in a weekly. If you can't deliver 5 speeches over 50 weeks, then you should be talking to your VP Ed. There's definitely something going on there. And indeed, is it relevant? Yes, in the capacity of Toastmasters to a Toastmasters club, totally relevant. Is it time-based? Yes, before the end of December. You could argue that maybe you should say before the end of December 2022 or something along those lines, but again, contextually, it meets the requirements for SMART. Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-based. Again, one more time, just see it in writing in case that wasn't completely drilled into your head. Some important parts when we do set goals, though, for people that don't do it regularly, it's hard to hold yourself accountable, especially if you've never expressed that goal to anyone else. So whether that's talking to your wife or significant other, whether that's talking to your business partner, whether that's talking to your vice president of education at Toastmasters, or indeed sharing it with the whole club, publicly setting goals is a good way of being held accountable to them. Again, make sure they're realistic, achievable, they meet all those criteria, but share it with people that matter to you, and they will help you get over that finish line. The other thing that I would say is that all of this seems impossible until the first time you start working through it. In the same way that learning language was impossible. If you think about it as a baby, having to learn language and context and all these things, I mean, it's a lot. You go through your whole life trying to piece this stuff together. And if your professional vocation hasn't been goal setting, or if you haven't been exposed to it, like any other muscle, like the first time you do that chin up at the gym, it's probably impossible. It really is. You might need to take it in small steps. You might need to be gentle with yourself. But the important thing to remember is that you can form muscle memory for all habits. You can learn anything. You learn to speak. You learn to walk. You learn to drive a car. These are all things that you can tackle. The important thing is to do it, take small steps, be successful, repeat. In the chin-up example, maybe I only do a couple chin-ups. After a week or two, after a month, after 6 months, it gets easier. I do more. I challenge myself more. But it is okay to start small and build on that success. But the key bit is to start. You need to start the process of setting goals and achieving goals if you want to grow into this. However, this has been Smart Goals. Hopefully this is helpful, and tune in next time.